Hey guys, it's Sergey from DeFi Gator, and today we're here to talk about RoyalPay. It's another auto staking platform on the BSC chain. Before we start, if you don't know too much about us, check out our content on defigator.xyz, where we have a ton of resources and info on upcoming projects. I'd like to remind everybody before we jump in, this video is for entertainment purposes only and not financial advice. Do your own research, always have fun. Okay, so let's jump in. So we're on the website right now for RoyalPay, which is another auto staker. It's on the BSC Binance Smart Chain. There is very little difference between this and every other auto staker. What they did is, here's the pros. So they did a CertiK KYC and a CertiK audit, and they took the 1 to 5% payout per day from the LockPay protocol. So these guys actually were called Royalty Finance. You can see right up here, but they had a pre-sale, didn't get as much as they thought they were going to get. It's tough right now in the bear market. People just weren't investing. And in the pre-sale, they refunded everything, decided to come back with another vision, saw how LockPay was doing in that first, I think, 2 weeks, and decided, hey, this is a good mechanism, which I pointed out whenever we did that review, whatever it was, 7 days ago, 10 days ago. And we'll talk very briefly about LockPay and what happened to them in the past 3 days. Basically, whether it's an exploit or the owner draining funds, we don't know. It can be investigated, and I'll go through with that with you guys. So, real quick on this website, pretty simple website, nice, clean, shows you that they have some articles on Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, Benzinga. I'm going to show you guys something real quick here. So, all these, anytime you see Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, Benzinga, or any other website that's mainstream, look at this right here. Okay, anybody can publish on Yahoo Finance. They go through companies like Globe Newswire, and you just pay Globe Newswire, and then you can just post anything you want to. Okay, as long as it's obviously, within the rules of just whatever Yahoo has. Okay, so they posted an article. Essentially, it's an advertisement for their Royalty Finance. See, they didn't even change anything, but that's okay again. So I just want to point that out. So it's not something that Yahoo wrote about them. It's something that they submitted. A lot of companies do that. A lot of protocols do that. That's okay. I mean, SAFUU did that. It did a lot of good for their marketing. So again, just want to make sure that you understand that that's not Benzinga writing about them. They do have a CertiK KYC, which is excellent. We're going to click on that. You can double check that it's real. So right here, you look certic.com, you see their audit history. This is their smart contract right here. It looks like everything was resolved. What they did is they actually modified their smart contract slightly to include the 1 to 5% per day sell, which I thought was very smart. And in that regard, actually they can raise less money, but they can build up to what LockPay was able to do in 2 weeks. So if these guys are successful, they should be able to do the same thing. As long as they don't do any of the negative stuff that happened with the LockPay mechanism, then they should be able to have about 2 to 3 months of time to be able to develop some kind of utility for this protocol. So you could see there's the KYC, there's their audit, all good. Okay. So going down here, you could see that they got the anti-dump shield. All right, great. They got the same taxes as everybody else, 12 and 14%, I believe. Partners, these aren't really partners. They're more like, okay, they're going to be listed on CoinGecko after they launch on market cap, DEX tools, and so on and so forth. CertiK is who they got the audit from in the KYC. This roadmap, when I look at things like this, it's like, yeah, okay, so you got your website development, your social media setup, the app development. Yeah, these are all basic things. That's fine. They're hosting the pre-sale. And then launch, obviously, every little tiny step that's with the launch. So banner advertisements, coin market cap application, 5-year liquidity lock. These are all minor things that you absolutely have to do to make the protocol launch. Okay, so nothing special there. Just basic standard stuff. This right here is I'm not going to say ridiculous, but it's like there's no description of anything that's actually going to be a utility. Launchpad release. I mean, everybody says they're going to have a launchpad. I haven't seen one launchpad come out of a single one of these protocols. Top 10 central exchange listing. I've seen a protocol that's an auto staker go on a centralized exchange. They failed miserably, and it is absolutely not worth it. You're not going to get any traction on there. Nobody's going to buy you. I mean, I don't know why they even put this on twice. Okay, merchandise release. I'm sorry, nobody's buying merchandise. You need to do something on chain to quickly produce stablecoin. That's the name of the game. Become an industry-leading protocol in DeFi. That's like saying, I'm going to become the best at what we do. Great. How are you going to measure that? Development of new utilities to grow the ecosystem. Well, yeah, that's what these should have been, which is, a royalty DEX platform. Everybody says they're going to have a DEX. Guess what? It doesn't make you any money unless you have people that have liquidity pools on your DEX. It takes a long time to convince those people. We talked about VaneraSwap and what they're trying to do, and the amount of time and effort they're still putting in before launch to try to compete with the pancake swaps. And essentially that's what this is. I mean, Titano, which is another auto staker from way back in December of last year, they're still around. I mean, they're bleeding. Their chart is bleeding for sure. But they created their own DEX, and it didn't do much for their protocol. Okay, so here's the team of K, Chief, Ryan, and Monkey Shanty. So take that as it is. I'm not even going to go into that. That's not docs. That's KYC'd, and that's fine, but that doesn't tell you anything. Rebases every 30 minutes, all standard. On Pancake Swap, you can buy their token. Are the rewards sustainable? Of course, every protocol is going to tell you they're sustainable. So you got links to all their communities. That's fine. I look at this Instagram and I'm always like, why do people even put Instagram up? I don't understand that. Nobody goes to their Instagram. Put in the Twitter, the Discord, and the Telegram if that's how you're communicating with your community, and that's it. So, pretty standard website. We're not going to go through the documentation everywhere, but I just want to point out just a couple things. The anti-dump shield, which is the 1 to 5%, they're going to set this probably at 1%, and that would be obviously nice in this environment because it will give them the biggest chance of survival. Longevity reserve, all this is the same. It's good that they're posting the addresses. You can check all this. Again, it's very similar to Titano and SAFUU. We all know the exploits and what those protocols did. So, you be the judge. It looks like these guys are on the up and up. They did get the CertiK audit. They did get the CertiK KYC. So, make your decision based on that. Innovation-wise, to be honest, I don't see anything here. They forked the code, which is, again, it's not a negative thing. It's just they don't go beyond what the other protocols did. We went through this. We went through that. Here's where I want to point something out. Look at the amount of Twitter followers they have. 10,000 Twitter followers, okay? Now look at how much they raised in 2 days. 516 BNB. Now, I understand that this is a different environment and that SAFUU was in a little bit of a bull market. They were able to sell out at the beginning of March in 32 seconds. And they sold out 8,000 BNBs in 32 seconds. Now, again, different time. You can't really compare it, but just so you have an idea that number one, how tough the market is right now. Look, they're at 516 BNBs. That's about 125 to 130. Oh, no. It's about 150, 160,000, okay, in stablecoin, roughly, something like that, based on the BNB price right now. So they'll be fine, to launch with that. It's just they're going to have a much smaller war chest to work with and much smaller liquidity. So as long as they do the 1% cap, they should be okay. So you could see that liquidity, they're going to do 70% in liquidity. So if they raise, let's say they raise 600 BNBs, that's going to be 70% of that, right around over 450 or something like that. So 450 BNBs, about 150K times 2. So it's going to be about 300K liquidity pool, which is what I think LockPay started out with. Maybe they had a little bit more, but it's doable. So, but here's the thing. You got 10,000 followers and you're telling me that you only got 516 BNBs? 10,000 followers. That means that these followers aren't buying. That means that they're probably bought. And I'm not trying to insult. It happens all the time. It's what you have to do to get your protocol out there. But unfortunately, a lot of worthless followers are dragged along. Obviously, there's real people that are buying, but there's a lot of worthless followers. They're never going to spend the money. They're just on every single project, and they follow every single project because they get paid their 20 cents or 10 cents or 2 pennies, whatever it is. Same thing with the Discord. You could see that they have 8,000 followers in Discord, and 8,000, and they're only getting 8,000 there, 10,000 here, and they only got 500 BNBs. At the time of the sale of the SAFUU, they had about 12,000, I think, people. And again, it was a different environment, but that's where they were at. Real quick, I want to touch on LockPay. See what happened here? They were climbing, and all of a sudden, boom. Look at all these cells. 9,000, 7,000, 1,500, 1,700, 6,000. These are huge cells. That's why this right here, look at this volume here. That's why this happened. Okay, look at that volume, 120,000. And I have it on a 15-minute chart. In 15 minutes, there was 120,000 sold. So whether it's an exploit that happened right here, from here to here, or whether it was the owner selling, some kind of back channels, I don't know exactly. But here's the way. I'm just going to show you real quick how to check. So if you go and click on the right side where it says transaction, so let's click it for the 6,000. You're going to see this is a record of that transaction. Look how many different transactions happened. Okay, so it looks like it's an exploit. That's what they're claiming. So if you copy this address right here, that's the wallet address that received that money. And then you click on LockPay down here. That's the token. And what we're going to do is you click on here, search screen, right click, paste. That's the wallet address, okay? So we're right now in the LockPay token, but we're filtering it to that address. So look what happened. There was a transfer. Why are all these transfers happening? I mean, typically you don't see that happening. So there was something that these guys figured out, whoever was selling these huge amounts, that you could transfer, maybe even lose 12% and somehow cash out. Because you could see what was happening. They transferred, and then right away, look, 20 hours, 3 minutes, boom. Right away. As soon as they transferred, they swapped. Okay? So right here, as soon as they transferred, probably they swapped out of the next one. So you could see what was happening. It's right after they transfer that all the sales are happening. Okay? So that's what caused this right here to go down. And now it looks like they either disabled cells or whatever they did, but they must have fixed something because it's pretty steadily just going across. And then they had a $21,000 buy right here at about 2:45 p.m. today. Okay, so that's something that you could investigate. You could go through every single transaction and just keep on following, where it went. So just as like the last thing I'll say is, the team is not doxed, but they're KYC'd, and they did get a CertiK audit. That's very, very admirable, okay? The audit that LockPay did was a below average audit. And there you see. If it was an exploit, it was because they used a company that was below average. And guess what? That's the way it's going to work, So make sure that you trust these guys if you're going to put any money in, and keep in mind that the market that we're in, it's pretty tough. So at 1% a day, how long is it going to take you to get your money out? Obviously, you're still up if you invested with these guys, but how much are you up? If you invested here, you might still be able to do it if this climbs up on a second, as I call it, the second mountain. But if it doesn't climb up, you're done for, because it's going to take anywhere between 40 and 60 days if it climbs to 2x to 3x. Okay? So just keep that in mind. It's all about math. That's about it for today. I just want to bring that to your attention. Be safe out there and always have fun. Make sure that you visit our website, go to our Discord server, ask us any questions. If you have concerns, if you need to investigate something, just come on by our Discord server. Again, the link is right on our website, defigator.xyz. We'll be happy to answer it, and we'll help you out for free. No charge. We're just here to help people out. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you on the next one.